Welcome, everyone. Will the audience please remain standing for the invocation to be given by the Reverend Sarah Holben. Reverend Holben is the pastor at the Presbyterian Church of Chestertown. Reverend Holben.
Let us be together in a moment of prayer. On this day, we give thanks for the skills and talent, creative promise and accomplishments that we see in all who are gathered here and in all who will be honored this day. We recognize their commitments to our community and to the greater community of our nation and the world. We give thanks for their character, their creativity, their intelligence, their leadership, and their service. As this new year begins at Washington College, we also give thanks for the students and honor the families, friends, teachers, administrators and staff, professors and mentors who support all of them. Grant to each of them courage and creativity for all that lies ahead. May it be so. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of the alma mater. The words are printed on the back of your programs.
By the gleaming blue Chester River, on the Maryland eastern shore, stands a glorious alma mater, whose name we will ever adore. 'Tis a name that shone high in glory, when our country her freedom won, and our college alone was the first one to own to the fair name of Washington. So Washington, oh Washington, our Washington we do adore. We will fight for her honor, as her sons and daughters have before. So Washington, oh Washington, our Washington forevermore. She's our dear alma mater on the old eastern shore.
Thank you, a cappella, and thank you, Reverend Holben. Please be seated. Chairman Nordberg, Dr. Hayden, Mr. Ashkar, Provost Chamley Wright, Ms. Shepard, President Pandel, Reverend Holben, Marshall Gillen, friends, students, faculty, staff, and most importantly of all, members of Washington College's class of 2016, welcome. It gives me great pleasure to extend greetings to all of you as we formally open the new academic year. Today, we carry on General Washington's example of service and leadership by celebrating these virtues and values on our campus, among our alumni, in our community, in our nation, and our world. Today, we also salute those students who make our work so rewarding, our most academically successful students who have excelled in their own intellectual pursuits. One of those students is senior Zachary Pandel, president of the Student Government Association. Zach will deliver greetings on behalf of the students of Washington College.
Thank you, President Reese. I'd like to extend to the Board of Visitors and Governors, Washington College alumni, faculty, staff, students, and of course, those whom we honor today, the gratitude and hearty welcome of the student body. This is my first convocation speech, and if at any point I should spontaneously combust due to an abundance of fear or by my many gaffes, I would ask that before you all leave for the reception, one of you please extinguish me so that I can turn in my thesis on time. Today we come together in ceremony to declare the fall semester begun. But more importantly, we are here to reaffirm our dedication to the pursuit of higher learning, and more specifically, why we chose Washington College to help fulfill this goal. There are few causes worth more to society than the enlightenment of the individual. Our school's namesake understood this. He wrote that there is but one straight course, and that is to seek the truth and pursue it steadily. General Washington knew that by furthering our understanding of the world, we are better prepared for whatever future may come. I can say with confidence that the Washington College students are bound to this ideal. We don't think of ourselves as fractured or isolated. We associate freely with one another in pursuit of our shared ambitions. We are all deeply indebted to this college for many reasons. There's an atmosphere here at WAC that allows for cooperation and communal interactions to flourish. This same atmosphere is toxic to unconstructive competition. We have traditions here that aren't lofty or esoteric, but instead grow with each successive class. We as students undergo a permanent revolution at this college, whereby we emerge from our time forever changed, able to use effectively what we have learned from both our professors and our fellow students. If we then take all the factors which make this institution truly unique, while applying ourselves to the multitude of opportunities with rigor, we will always look back on our days here with reverence, pride, and warmth. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. It's my privilege to introduce the chairman of our Board of Visitors and Governors, Edward Nordberg. Ed is the CEO of Wakefield Capital Management in Chevy Chase, Maryland, and an alumnus of Washington College. He will deliver greetings from the board.
Greetings. On behalf of the Board of Visitors and Governors, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Washington College. It is a wonderful community. To the first-year students, I was in your place what feels like not so long ago. I would like to speak to the students for just a moment. It's a beautiful part of the world, and I know that in a few days you will feel quite at home here. I encourage you to explore historic Chestertown, enjoy the Chester River, the waterfront, and hopefully get out on the water by boat if you can. Meet the people of Chestertown, and most of all, be good neighbors. You will see many of them on campus, attending special events, talks, readings, athletic contests, dramatic performances, and those will also fill your calendar, so get to know your neighbors. I suspect you don't need too much encouragement to seek out fellow students with similar interests. But remember that college is also a time to explore uncharted territory, to broaden your horizons. You might just discover passion for a subject in the arts, the humanities, the sciences, previously unknown to you. As you begin your journey, find a campus organization or activity that interests you and get involved. Investigate what it would take to join the Douglas Cater Society of Junior Fellows, or study abroad, or work with a professor in a biology lab, or volunteer for a local political campaign. Your education should not be a passive experience. It begins today. If you stumble or lose your way in these first few weeks, know that the Washington College faculty and staff are here to help you off to the best possible start. Best wishes for an exciting year.
Thank you, Ed. As a relative newcomer in a long line of presidents of this historic institution, I find myself a spokesman for generations of donors, dating back to George Washington himself, who put significant time, talent, and treasure into what they believed to be an essential investment in America's future, our Washington College. It's a legacy that our alumni, parents, and friends continue to embrace through their support of the Washington Fund. Shortly upon my arrival in Chestertown, I challenged our alumni, those individuals whose lives and careers were launched and shaped at Washington College, to underwrite similarly enriching experiences for their successors by digging a little deeper into their wallets to help us give our students a competitive edge. As an added incentive, we asked the classes to engage in a little friendly competition. Now in its second year, the Count Me In trophy race is a win-win for the alumni and for Washington College. Alumni are in closer touch with their classmates as alumni participation in annual giving has risen, now up to 32%, and the Washington Fund has surpassed its goal for the past fiscal year, raising $1.5 million. Today, I am pleased to announce our trophy winners, recognizing those classes with the most generous alumni, measured as both a percentage of class participation and in overall dollars donated. I would like to invite representatives from each class to please join me on stage as I announce each trophy. Beginning with the trophies for graduates of the last decade. For highest participation rate among recent classes, the Golden Goose Trophy, it goes to the class of 2003 with 25% participation. Jen Carey Savela is here today to accept the award on behalf of her class. Not so fast, Jen. Please remain on the stage. Next, it's my pleasure to present the Victory Bell Trophy for the largest total gift to the college from a class of the last decade. This award is also presented to the class of 2003, which donated over $75,000. Jen will accept the award on behalf of her classmates. Congratulations on this double win for the class of 2003. Now, all graduating classes prior to their 50th reunion competed for the next two awards. I proudly present the William Smith Trophy to the class of 1963 for the highest participation rate at 63%. Lisa Rudy is here to accept the award on behalf of her class. Lisa and her classmates will be celebrating their 50th reunion during Alumni Weekend next May, and we look forward to welcoming you all back to campus at that time. Now please join with me in giving a big round of applause for the class of 1969, which gave the largest total gift to Washington College, earning them the coveted George Washington Trophy. Linda Sheedy is here to accept the award on behalf of the class of 1969 for raising over $97,000. Thank you all for your contributions. And may I offer a gentle challenge to all of the winners that you now need to defend your trophies as the race has already started for the current year. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Washington College Alumni Board, Valerie Shepard, from the class of 1986, to present the Alumni Horizon Ribbon Awards.
Established and passed by the full Alumni Board on April 25, 2009, the Alumni Horizon Ribbon was created as a means of formally identifying and recognizing recent alumni of the past 15 years. The award is given to an alumnus or alumna who has demonstrated outstanding leadership, service, or scholarship in a particular area. This year, we are delighted to have two honorees. Karen DeLosi, will you please join me at the stage? Now firmly established as a pillar of the Philadelphia theater community, Karen DeLosi, 98, has assumed roles as actress, director, producer, stage manager, and administrator. With a degree in history and drama from Washington College, Karen went on to earn her MA in theater from Villanova University and worked with companies including the Wilma Theater, Philadelphia Live Arts Festival, and Philly Fringe, 1812 Productions, and Theater Exile. For 8 years, she served as the Director of Programs and Services for the Theater Alliance of Greater Philadelphia, during which time Karen produced the Barrymore Awards for Excellence in Theater, directing them herself twice. Additionally, she has logged well-received productions for the Delaware Shakespeare Festival, 12th Night, Flashpoint Theater Company, Jump/Cut, where she sits on the board of directors, and Madhouse Theater Company, Threesome, Pounding Nails in the Floor with My Forehead, and Funhouse, where she serves as the co-artistic director. Karen has also served as a panelist for the Philadelphia Cultural Fund. In August 2011, Karen became the first National Director of Arts in Sacred Places for Partners for Sacred Places, a nonprofit organization that advocates for the sound stewardship and active community use of America's oldest religious properties. Since arriving at Partners, Karen has put systems in place to aid in pairing arts institutions with active congregations, thereby building new relationships that benefit local communities. In recognition of her expansive achievements in theater and of her commitment to bettering communities through the theater arts, Washington College is honored to award to Karen DeLosi, class of 1998, the Alumni Horizon Ribbon Award. Timothy Artani, will you please join me on the stage? As an international relations specialist with one of our nation's most esteemed governmental agencies, Timothy Tawney, 98, has assured large-scale cooperation on a number of vital space science projects administered by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Tim, an international studies major at Washington College, earned a master's degree from Georgetown University's Graduate School of Foreign Service and joined NASA in 2000 as a presidential management intern. His first positions were in the areas of public outreach and legislative affairs, first with NASA headquarters in the Office of Space Flight, and then at Goddard Space Flight Center in the Office of Public Affairs. Today, the 12-year NASA veteran travels the globe in his role as Senior International Program Specialist and Space Science Team Lead in the Office of International and Interagency Relations. He has negotiated agreements on major projects, including the Mars Exploration Rover, Phoenix Mars Lander, Mars Reconnaissance and Odyssey Orbiters, and the Cassini mission to Saturn. Most recently, Tim negotiated all the international partnerships, including agreements with Spain, Canada, Russia, France, and Germany for the Mars Science Laboratory, and was in the control room in the early hours of August 6th to experience the thrill when the Curiosity rover landed flawlessly on the red planet. Tim has received 2 NASA Headquarters Exceptional Performance Awards in 2005 and 2007 for his work, as well as numerous agency team awards. In recognition of his expertise as an international relations professional whose work permits cooperative scientific research to benefit all humankind, Washington College is honored to award to Tim Artani, class of 1998, the Alumni Horizon Ribbon Award.
Thank you, Valerie, and congratulations to Karen and Tim. We're all very proud of your accomplishments. It's my privilege to call upon our new provost and dean of the college, Dr. Emily Chamley Wright. Dr. Chamley Wright comes to Chestertown from Beloit College in Wisconsin. We're delighted to welcome Emily to Washington College and our community. Dr. Chamley Wright will present the academic honors for the 2011-2012 academic year.
It gives me great pleasure to be here to participate in the formal opening of the academic year, and particularly it gives me pleasure to honor those students who have seized their liberal education with both hands, who have taken advantage of all the opportunities that have been laid before them, and who have demonstrated a commitment to excellence. As I call your names, please come forward. The First Year Scholarship Medal, given annually to the student or students who attain the highest academic average during the first year. There's a list. Lisa Jean Anderson. Adele K. Bovis. Emily Rachel Eiler. Sean Philip Kraus. Kendall Louise Rich. And I'm not sure if she's been able to come and be with us today, but Jennifer Rogie. The Alumni Medal, awarded to the member of the sophomore class who attains the highest academic average for the year. Jeffrey D. Sullivan. The Visitors and Governors Medal, given annually to the junior who attains the highest academic average for the year. The winner is Ryan J. Bankert. Inter-Fraternity Pan-Hellenic Council Awards, held annually by the sorority and the fraternity achieving the highest scholastic average for the preceding year. The sorority is Zeta Tau Alpha. The fraternity is Kappa Sigma. The Middendorf Scholars, given annually by the Middendorf Foundation to rising seniors for academic excellence and leadership qualities. This year's recipients are Ryan J. Bankert, Timothy E. Marson, and Catherine S. Thornton. The Middendorf Environmental Studies Scholar, given annually by the Middendorf Foundation to a rising senior for academic excellence and leadership qualities. This year's recipient is Heather E. Black. Can we please offer one more rousing round of applause for all of our excellent students?
Thank you, Emily, and congratulations again to those students for their academic achievements. I would now like to confer the highest degree that Washington College can bestow. Board Chairman Ed Nordberg will read the mandamus for the degrees.
President, Washington College. It having been recommended by the faculty to the visitors and governors that Carla Hayden and Nabil Ashkar are individuals of unusual scholarship and learning, and therefore worthy to receive highest honors, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance to that effect, to confer at the fall convocation on September 6, 2012, causa honoris to Carla Diane Hayden, the degree of Doctor of Letters, and to Nabil Aboud Ashkar, the degree of Doctor of Arts. Signed, the visitors and governors of Washington College in the state of Maryland.
Thank you, Ed. Dating back to the time when the college bestowed an honorary degree on General George Washington, it's our custom to honor the most accomplished individuals from all walks of life. And as we honor those individuals, we hope also that their examples of accomplishment, integrity, and service to others will present role models for our students to emulate. Dr. Hayden, will you please step forward? Carla Diane Hayden. Growing up in Chicago, Carla Hayden was a shy girl with her nose always in a book. Today, as head of Baltimore's venerable Enoch Pratt Free Library, she is a bold executive with her finger always on the pulse of the public's need for information and inspiration. Throughout her 40-year career, she has been a passionate advocate for libraries everywhere, eloquently defining their role as pillars of democracy and centers of community. She left her post as chief librarian at the Chicago Public Library in 1993 to take the reins of Baltimore's Pratt system, a once great institution that was suffering from years of modest budgets and strategic drift. She was drawn to the legacy left by Enoch Pratt, a businessman and philanthropist who in 1882 had endowed a new public library to serve all, rich and poor, without distinction of race or color. She wasted no time in restoring the rundown library system to its former glory and then some. She raised funds, repaired buildings, updated technology, and launched bold initiatives, transforming the Pratt from an austere, introverted institution to a lively, extroverted one. Today's Pratt is again a source of civic pride, a place where young professionals mingle, prominent literary and cultural figures speak, and patrons can check out e-readers preloaded with dozens of books. More importantly, it is a place where staffers help job seekers apply for jobs online, where residents from underserved neighborhoods can order and pick up fresh groceries, and where students find help with homework and college admissions. Her creative and charismatic leadership of the Pratt system has earned Hayden numerous accolades, including a Librarian of the Year award from Library Journal. In 2003, she burnished her national reputation while serving as president of the American Library Association, championing equity issues and specifically protesting provisions of the Patriot Act that require libraries to open a patron's borrowing records to FBI scrutiny. In recognition of her tireless work ensuring that libraries remain fresh and relevant in an area of great change and financial challenge, Washington College bestows on Carla Diane Hayden the honorary degree Doctor of Letters. Dr. Hayden, I invite you to offer a few remarks.
And I have my remarks here because I am truly humbled and overwhelmed. One of the reasons why I was a shy young person with my head in a book when I was growing up is because I was the daughter of two classically trained musicians, one a violinist, my mother is here, the pianist, and they had great hopes for me. And I am receiving the award today as a librarian. Another reason, though, is to be part of an institution that was started by such a noble person and has honored so many others. Also, I am suffering from a severe case of library envy. I had the distinct pleasure to have two visits today. One to the Office of Multicultural Affairs with Mr. Parker and a wonderful student who showed me the library there. But then I was given every librarian's dream, a sneak preview, a hard hat tour of your $8 million, newly renovated and soon to be opened Miller Library. And Dr. Ruth, that we affectionately call her that in the library community, you're Dr. Ruth, took me to see what is a true recommitment of this college to the significance of a library in a community of scholars and students. She waxed poetic about the new heating cooling system. And she told me, as she said, it'll be covered up soon, but she said the students will appreciate this. She showed me the study carrels that are light-filled in the window. She showed me her special treasure for the first time in archives that will hold the archives of Washington College. And then she showed me the piece de resistance, the cafe, where students will now be able to feed not only their minds and their souls, but their bodies with espresso and as President Reese said, and he was very proud of this, until 2 o'clock in the morning, you will be able to study and gather, because libraries now, and it's especially important for people to have an appreciation of libraries when you are learning, because I come from a public library that's been called the People's University, and it truly is that. As you may know, there are more people now going to public libraries than all of the sports games that are being played throughout this country. There are more public libraries than McDonald's in this country. We do think that's a good thing. And anyone and everyone can come through those doors of those libraries and ask for any information or any question. Librarians have now been called feisty fighters of freedom because we were concerned about the certain provisions of the Patriot Act that said and really implied that if you have an interest in something, you might have the intent to do something. And for the first time, the librarian stereotype really played in our favor, because people knew throughout this country, and even Secretary General Mr. Ashcroft called us, that if librarians, who were not known for being too feisty, but if they were concerned about the fact that the government could look at whatever you were interested in without even a warrant, that there was something to be concerned about. And so librarians stood up, and I want to just say that we are continuing in the digital age when the content is now freed from the container. For years it was enclosed, and now it is free, and so libraries are reaching out. You heard about groceries in the library. We have pets that come in and children read to them. We have people who are coming in because 85% of all jobs, even jobs at McDonald's, require you to sign up online. And so every day throughout the nation, 1.4 billion people are going to public libraries in this country every day. And so I just thank you for honoring me in this way, and also honoring all librarians and people who believe in the central part of libraries in lifelong learning. School libraries, academic libraries, public libraries, we're all a continuum, because if you have a great experience here in the Miller Library, when you get out, you're going to appreciate libraries in your communities and hopefully join us in keeping them open and free for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Hayden, for those inspiring words. The state of Maryland, and indeed anyone who loves books, is very grateful for a career of hard work on behalf of those who read and use libraries. As an alumna of Washington College, now minted, we hope that you will return often to your new alma mater, and I would like to offer you a formal invitation to attend the opening of Miller Library, which Ruth assures me is coming very soon indeed. Nabil Ashkar, will you please come forward? Nabil Aboud Ashkar. What happens when Arab and Israeli cultures come together? Sometimes, instead of discord, there's harmony in beautiful music. In the tradition of all great artists, Nabil Aboud Ashkar shares his passion with succeeding generations. But this gifted Palestinian violinist has a larger mission: to use the universal language of music to remove political and cultural barriers and create equal educational opportunities for Arab and Jewish students in Israel and the West Bank. As director of the Polyphony Conservatory, Nabil recruited an ensemble of Jewish musicians to his hometown of Nazareth to teach the underserved Arabic population. For Nabil and his students, the study of classical music is just the prelude to more open channels of communication among Israeli and Arab youth, and to a more peaceful coexistence. Born in the city of Nazareth, Nabil was introduced to the violin at age 7. His parents made great personal sacrifices to give Nabil and his older brother, Salim, classical musical training, regularly making the 3-hour trip to Tel Aviv for music lessons. Those efforts bore great fruit. Salim is an internationally renowned pianist, while Nabil, a brilliant violinist, has built a first-class music school, an oasis in a region bereft of musical education. After studying physics and music at Tel Aviv University, Nabil completed his master's degree in music in Germany, and in 2006 returned to his hometown to start a music school for Arab children. After just 4 years, the level of musical performance was so high that his 11 and 12-year-old Arab students were competing in Tel Aviv and winning competitions. This past March, 2 of Nabil's students were both awarded first place in the prestigious Paul Ben Chaim competition for classical music in Jerusalem. This was the first time 2 first-place winners were named, and more significantly, these young musicians broke the cultural barriers that had existed for 64 years by being the first Arabs to ever participate in and win this storied competition. In recognition of his enormous talent as a musician and teacher, and the courage of his commitment to bring diverse communities together through music, Washington College is pleased to present to Nabil Aboud Ashkar the honorary degree Doctor of Arts. Dr. Ashkar, I invite you to offer a response.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank the Washington College for this great honor and the most encouraging and inspiring acknowledgement of our work and our achievements. I would also like to thank all the hard-working faculty members and staff members who are very committed and making this dream become reality. My speech for this special occasion was written probably by one of the most talented and brilliant minds of all times, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And I can't wait to take my violin and share it with you. But I would like, first of all, to say a couple of words of my own. Probably the most important step when I look backward at the last 3 or 4 years was when I basically allowed myself to dream and allow myself to imagine a different reality and a different world. And then things started to happen and change. I think the first step toward change is having the courage to dream, having a person that believes in you and gives you this first kind and gentle push to pursue your own way. And I want to thank again the Washington College for giving me this great push to continue doing what I'm doing, as I'm sure it's doing, and I can see that for its own students and the community. Thank you very much.
you, Dr. Ashkar and Dr. Kim. We're deeply fortunate to have you with us today. I'd like to mention to the audience that Dr. Ashkar will perform at the Hotchkiss concert series at noon tomorrow, and Dr. Grace Kim will once again accompany him, and everybody's welcome, so please join us. As we conclude this afternoon's convocation, I'd like to invite the audience to a reception in the Underwood lobby, just outside, where you'll have a chance to meet and congratulate our honorees. You are also welcome to tour the Cole Gallery, where we have an exhibit titled, What Comes Later, featuring the work of two of our faculty members, Professors Heather Harvey and Benjamin Bellis. Please stand for the benediction to be given by Reverend Holben and remain standing until the academic recession has retired.
Let us now close our time together. Dismiss us now with a blessing and keep alive within us all that has brought us together today. A concern for human need, devotion to human freedom, a commitment to peace, discipline in study and service, a commitment to the pursuit of excellence in all we do, and a care for and commitment to the communities in which we find ourselves. As we have been blessed on this occasion, so may we be a blessing in all the places we find ourselves. Amen and amen.